This is episode 1 of Mach1n show or podcast. I haven't decided what this thing is gonna be. And considering I'm not in the position to get any guests, I will be forced to do this on my own, which is incredibly difficult. I mean, imagine having a podcast and it's just you. No one else, no one to ask questions. I mean, that's easy. Having someone on as a guest and just asking questions, that's easy. Anyone can do that. I mean, call me Joe Rogan, because I can do that. No problem. I mean, give me a guest. Give me a good guest, and I guarantee you I will be able to ask better questions than Joe Rogan. I mean, what questions does he ask? What do you think about bears? I mean, every guest, he talks about bears. Like we care. No one cares, Joe. Maybe it was amusing 10 years ago when you started the podcast and first talked about your obsession with wild animals, but no one cares anymore. Asking the same question. You can take videos of 5-10-year-old Joe Rogan podcasts. Take his camera responses and replace them with the new podcasts and have his guests and just swap him with old footage of him from his podcast, and no one would notice because he asks the same questions, talks about the same things. I mean, sometimes he has, fascinating guests that that have many interesting things to say, but instead of diving deep into amusing, thoughtful, and intellectual conversation, he just talks about his stupid obsession with bears. No one cares, Joe. Bears suck. They stink. No one cares. If they cared, they would go to the woods to hang out with them. The fact that no one has bears for pets is proof that no one cares about them. Right? People love dogs. Talk about dogs. At least people like them. But yes, bears suck. No one cares about them. They don't even make movies about them anymore. I mean, what was the last great bear movie? The Edge with Anthony Hopkins. That was the last good, fun bear movie. And that was in the 1990s. That was the last time people cared about that stuff. Joe, you're out of touch. You're 50 years old and out of touch. Out of mind. All in notes. And like I said from the start, I have no idea what this podcast/show will be about. Again. Count how many times I will say again. I bet it's gonna be a lot. Joe Rogan, you're privileged. That's what it is. You have Joe Rogan privilege. You can get any guest you want. I'm underprivileged. I can't get no guests. This is absurd. I'm being oppressed right now because Lex Fridman is not on my podcast right now. I'm oppressed right now. And WCP, where are you to represent me? Because I'm underprivileged and I need help. I need assistance because I have no guests. Lex Fridman won't answer my emails. This is injustice. This is disgusting. Imagine talking to Lex Fridman. Talking to Lex Fridman would be as interesting as talking to a box of magnets. Because box of magnets wouldn't say anything interesting because they are box of magnets. They are not a human being. They can't respond. So that would be just like talking to Lex Fridman because he's not a human being in a classical sense. He's a human being in the dystopian sense. He looks like a human. He's in the shape of a human. He's a humanoid. He's not a human, he's a humanoid. There's a difference. And I guarantee you, Lex Fridman has never said anything interesting in his life. Who is he anyway, Lex Fridman? Supposed to be a smart guy. Supposed to be a smart guy, yet I haven't seen him be smart or say something smart, do something smart ever. Interesting how that goes. So you proclaim to be somebody or something, and that's it. That's all you need. So guess what? I'm proclaiming to be a good podcaster and interviewer. So Joe Rogan, this is a good, exercise. Yes, this is a good exercise. Having a microphone and on the spot trying to do or say something that would appeal to people listening or watching. Listen, I know this sucks. But listen, I know this sucks. This is why you have to find any blackmail on Lex Fridman so I can blackmail him and get him on my podcast. So we can both awkwardly sit there and not say anything interesting. How many podcasts has he done? 100? 200? Not one of them is good. Not one Lex Fridman podcast is good. Not one. It bothers me. Lex Fridman is like a Joe Rogan found some random guy off the street, gave him that suit that he always wears because he only got one, and said, boom, you have a podcast. Matter of fact, I guarantee you a random homeless man will be more interesting than Lex Fridman. Will have more unique takes on life, more life lessons to give people listening, rather than that nobody Lex Fridman. I mean, who he is? Who is he? He doesn't. At first, you think, oh, didn't he teach at MIT? No, he didn't. He uses that MIT credit, which I think he was a janitor. I think that's how he got that MIT credit. He was a janitor for a week, and now he's using that credit to make himself to be some sort of scientist. I mean, what? I mean, he probably cannot even make a sandwich. He's no scientist. He's a So this crazy story just happened recently. Oh no, I thought something was on the lens. So this crazy thing happened to me recently on my US trip. First time in the US. And I ended up in Idaho. I knew absolutely nothing about Idaho, and I still don't know anything about Idaho. I don't even know in what city I was. But that isn't important in the story. The important part is that I ended up in this college campus with some people I met. I went to the college campus and they were having a big party. I think it was something to do with the big game, whatever that is. So I was hanging out there, having fun, drinking beers with the boys. After the 10 games of beer pong, a guy walked up to me, a guy that I didn't know, sipping on these beers. And then he said, "Hey, after this party, me and my friends are gonna go to the woods, to this huge cabin that one of his friends' father owns. And we're gonna have a party there." And then he sweetened the deal by saying that they have huge amounts of liquor and booze there, and that they have a jacuzzi or a pool. So he was selling this cabin to me, basically saying how amazing it is. And because I was pretty wasted at that time, I agreed. So we left. We got in the truck. It was this beat up Jeep with 3 of his friends. So we were going. So we rode for about an hour and a half into nowhere, into woods. So we arrived at the cabin. I was kind of getting nervous, but at the same time I was still pretty intoxicated. So I had some of that liquid courage going on. So we get there, and it is huge. I mean, this cabin, I never seen a cabin that huge. I mean, it would be unfair to even call it a cabin. It was a mansion in the middle of nowhere. It was amazing. We opened the doors, and what I saw shocked me. There was about 50 people there. The vibe that I got immediately was just strange. I'm looking, and then I'm kind of thinking I probably should maybe go, but I don't have a car, and I'm about minimum at least hour and a half away from any sort of civilization, and it's getting dark. The guy that approached me at the party, who drove us there, started introducing me to everyone in the party. At that point, I kind of started to ease up a bit. I started to relax and thinking, okay, maybe these people are kind of eccentric, but whatever, they seem friendly. And they were. So I'm seeing they are bringing out some sort of statue out. Some sort of wooden statue. During this, we were in the backyard of the cabin, and they placed this statue in the middle of the yard area. And when they finished putting the statue down, all of the eyes, about 50 people, just turned to me, and that was the creepiest moment in my life. I mean, 50 people just staring at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're gonna sacrifice me. And I swear this happened. They're looking at me, and I'm feeling like this is bad. My fight or flight instincts are starting to go. I'm starting to legitimately think that they are gonna sacrifice me or something. So that this guy who looked like he was in charge, this guy who I think he was the owner of the cabin, he's looking at me and he starts to point at me. And when he pointed at me, all the people there just started to scream like crazy. I mean, ah! I mean, that was the scariest thing that had ever happened to me. Imagine 50 people just screaming and looking at you. So then I did the only thing that I could and started to run. I was just running for my life. and I could look behind me and see that they were running after me. So I'm running in the forest. I'm just running, and I'm pretty fast. So I'm running, and I could see them behind me, about 20 of them. But with each minute, there's less and less of them. Like I run, turn around. Now it's 15, 10. After a few minutes, there's only few people that are keeping up with me, and I'm seeing a road. It was the only dirt road I saw, and thank God I saw headlights. I saw these headlights, and I started just screaming, "Help! Help!" So this car pulls over. You will not believe who it was. I swear to God this happened. It was Chuck Norris. Oh my God, Chuck Norris saved my life. I ran into his car, and I started panicking and screaming, "They are trying to kill me. These people are trying to kill me." Whew. So yeah, that was the time that I almost got sacrificed by some creepy wicker man cult in the woods, and Chuck Norris saved my life. True story, I swear to God. I swear to God. This happened to me. What is... So, I'm sitting on... I'm sitting on something. What is this? Why? What is... What? What is this? Why was I sitting on the picture of Bert Kreischer? Strange.
我上马少的是那好戏家好呀！你好，我的文章你好，我是好戏场的上不好。但是个这都很那是个是，我去好黄去。За соус каскан манекаста，就有那个么的我多人么？说。
Life hacks. Wow. No cap. Wow. Money, money, money. Yay. Let's print. Yay. Wow. Infinite money glitch. Yay. Money, money, money. Infinite money glitch. Wow.